Hello and welcome to IMDB Rants. On the debut of my glasses, I can see the camera. Yeah. And what better way to sort out with glasses than channel Stephen Baldwin. Just done the podcast recently for Biodome along with Paul Ray and Carl McSorley. There we go. And obviously Paulie Shaw has had his own IMDB rant. So here we go. I'm actually doing a podcast with Carl in approximately 20 minutes, so let's rock and roll this. Stephen Baldwin, Alec Baldwin, Billy Baldwin or William Baldwin, and then Daniel Baldwin, and the other Adam Baldwin's not part of the connection, but there's so many Baldwins. For years I was like, I've never seen that guy from Beetlejuice and anything, and I was like, fuck my life, he is. Now Stephen Baldwin, in 1996, obviously I was big in a Biodome, and I seen any film that would see him in. I would see him in Threesome. Fled had just come out in New Zealand as I was living over there, and they're walking in, seeing Fled, Stephen Baldwin. He was shit hot, and then boom! Obviously born again Christian now, isn't he? And I'm sure his daughter's married to Justin Bieber. That's what was going down on the movie group the other day. So like straight off the bat, Kate and Ali, no idea what it is. Again, if this is the first you're seeing this, I talk about this if it's availability. If not, if I've seen it, woof, off the script. After that, American Playhouse, not seen it. This is like 1980, 1984, 164 episodes, never heard of it. There you go. That looks like Stephen. I don't think there is a movie with all the Baldwins in, but straight out there, The Lons, Sanely Stories, 3 episodes, 1986. That looks like Stephen next to Billy. After that, Homeboy, not seen that. Easy. Next, you know, Beast of War. The Beast, you see that quite often, but I think that's a Jason Patrick one. So you did see the Beast around. After that, Family Ties, he appeared in that. A lot of people did in America. China Beach, no idea. Right now, recently, Last Exit of Brooklyn has been released in the UK on Blu-ray. Just your vision. Man, I remember seeing that, and Stephen Baldwin slapped on the art cover. He is there as well, and I remember watching that again. I used to have it on VHS, but I don't know what happened to it. When she just opens up the back of the car, come on boys, and the train happens, it's like, what the fuck? And I must have seen that when I was about 13, 14. So yeah, it's something I've never revisited. Maybes, it's come out on a weird label, so it's quite expensive. After that, Casualties of War, Soldier uncredited. It's quite a thing. I mean, again, if he has a walk-on past part. But that's quite interesting. He was in Casualties of War. That's available on HMV Premium Collection. Been very popular, always will be, because Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox are in it. After that, Born on the 4th of July. Not a massive fan of Tom Cruise. I don't think Born on the 4th of July has been released on Blu-ray yet. Maybe it has. But it's not like a rarity or anything like that. Anything Tom Cruise is obviously going to get lashed out. Jury Duty, the comedy. Never seen that again. The front cover does look familiar, but never seen it. The Bellies of Becca, no idea. The Young Riders TV episodes. Fucking hell. So yeah, The Young Riders, he was in 67 out of 68 episodes from 1989 to 1982. So, you know what I mean? He was getting there. I mean, I do think he is a good actor. I do think he was wrongly cast in Biodome. I really think Biodome was written for Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser and Paulie Shaw had met on California Man, also known as Encino Man. Brendan Fraser popped up in Son-in-Law, and then in The Army Now as the character link from that. And it just, the film looked, the whole dreadlock thing, it literally looked like Baldwin just came in, and like, it doesn't look like him and Paulie Shaw worked that good together, because even in Paulie Shaw Is Dead, that's got everyone that you can imagine under the sun in, he's not in it. Crossing the Bridge, never heard of that. Right, next up, Posse. I like Posse. I actually watched Posse, I think last year. It was on Sky Movies, it's on Netflix. Again, you're watching it and it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Mario Van Peebles has made one of the best movies of the 80s, and that is New Jack City. And this is Mario Van Peebles, and it's just like William Baldwin's the white guy in the group of Posses, and Billy Zane's after them, all angry with his fucking eye patch. And Stephen Baldwin, if you haven't seen it, gets absolutely battered to death, and you're like, ooh, that was fucking grim. Like, whoo. Bitter Harvest after that. Posse's never been available on Blu-ray. It has been available on DVD. After that, Bitter Harvest. Stephen Baldwin looks like he's got something on his shoulder there. Never seen that. Next up, Threesome. Again, Crossing the Eras. That should get released on Blu-ray. It is all about like pursuing a girl in a group of threesomes, and like the one boy likes boy and the girl that's mixed, and at the end they have a threesome. That's what the movie's about. but it's got some quite funny bits and quite witty. Never seen it since VHS, and I'm sure it's one of them VHSs that actually warrants a flip cover. After that, 8 Seconds, the Buffalo Riding film. That was quite popular. Never got around to seeing that though. I think it's been available on DVD but never Blu-ray. Miss Parker and the Vicious Circle, no idea, never seen it. After that, A Simple Twist of Fate, have seen that. Billy, Stephen Baldwin. It's Stephen with a PH, not spelled correctly. He's at the start, he's running around and he gets he gets shot or he falls in something and like they find his skeleton years later with some money in it. So brief cameo basically. Only been available on DVD. Steve Martin stuff. It's quite weird. There's not a lot of Steve Martin on Blu-ray. It started coming out under the HMV label and stuff like that, but the era of the 90s, Steve Martin just gets a bit away with you. Mixed Nuts, an amazing movie. After that, New Eden, never seen it. That looks like oh no, it's Lisa Bonet and fucking Tobin Bell's in it. Lisa Bonet obviously in High Fidelity. After that, Usual Suspects. Remember seeing that in that era of like super crimes and thinking Stephen Baldwin was one cool motherfucker. He's got his fucking glasses on, he's fucking got his beard going, and he's just right. And then it's just like, it's one of those films where it's all backwards and inside out. To me, that's his peak. He's peaking there. After that, Fall Time, never seen that. Usual Suspects just got dumped out on Blu-ray. It hasn't been given a super special edition. Probably won't now as well. It's got 2 utter sex pests in it, hasn't it? Kevin Spacey and that's his name, the director. Bryan Singer. Not Bryan Singer. Get that right before you accuse someone of being a pest. Bryan Singer. Yeah. So yeah. Again, it's a really good film then. Fall Time, Mickey Rourke, never seen that. The Legend. Who stars in that? It's just a TV show, 1 episode. After that, Dead Weekend. I mean, even that looks a bit fucking weird. Stephen Baldwin and aliens love can kill. Dead Weekend. I mean, it's like, do you see what I mean? Usual Suspects. You're on the Titanic there. He comes the iceberg and like, yeah. So Dead Weekend. Right, let's get back onto the track. Under the Whole Moon. Never fucking heard of that. Oh my god. Well, again, you can probably see why he was cast. I mean, even IMDB pictures fucking pixelated. But you can kind of see, right, well, that looks like Doyle. And then next thing you know, next movie is Biodome. I love Biodome, absolutely love it. Love the podcast, dude. I love the soundtrack, massive part of my childhood. I've just seen it, proper stoner movies. And then we got Fled. Now I love Fled. Now going back to Biodome, it's an MGM. It's been on DVD, but hasn't seen the light of day on Blu-ray yet. It's something that could come out, but would probably now just long live its life on digital media, but it's not available on digital media. Then we got Fled. I love Fled, right? I love the front cover of that Fled actually. But again, when I got to New Zealand in 1996 and you go to United Video on the weekend, the Rants Summit, it was a Stephen Baldwin running behind Lawrence Fishburne. I fucking think Lawrence Fishburne's mint as well, and I just loved that film, the action thing, and again it was just kind of like Selma Hayek's in that as well, Slush. It's directed by Kevin Hooks. I actually watched it for a podcast. I was going to do the podcast maybe a couple of days later, and I watched it one night. I was absolutely high as fuck, obviously, and we did the entire podcast for Biodome, and I talked about the next film, and I talked about all this other stuff. At no point did I mention Fled, and I was like, just gone. I was just like, that's it. After that, we got Crime Time. Crime Time was a weird one. I always remember because it's Pete Postlethwaite's in this, who was obviously in Usual Suspects, and Baldwin's got his like long back undercut hair going on there, and I believe it's set in the UK. It's got 1 out of 10. I think someone said fucking glasses make my phone look like fucking on an angle. I'd rather prefer root canal. I just remember it being a bit weird, but heavily like used to have a white box, red strip across his eyes. Remember the box? Never seen the light of day on DVD. Oddville, MTV, Sub Down. Remember the box for that on VHS. He popped up in Half Baked. Again, could he give it a Doyle? So you just sort of went the opposite way. After that, Scar City, or on the artwork, Scarred City. That is a Hollywood in DVD. Again, when DVD first popped out in England, we got like the red band Hollywood DVD, and that's one of the ones. Again, he's fallen from grace. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Usual Suspects, boom. But rather than maybe his weight, you know, he took the job. And don't get us wrong, this guy's worked. He's been in over 100 movies. When you follow him on Instagram, he's happy as fuck. You can tell that. And you know what I mean? He's out of the 3 Baldwins. I mean, Alec Baldwin's worth millions. Every other Baldwin is like net worth, as I think Carl went on the Rant About the podcast, are all under $500,000. Mental. After that, one Tough Cop. He's got a big sex tash on there. Never even heard of that. Seen that. Mr. Murder as well. You've seen Mr. Murder quite a lot back in the video shop days and maybe early DVDs. James Corbin just looks like he's fell out of Erasure at the same time. Again, it's based on the novel by Dean Arcuntes, which is pretty cool. Again, if I knew that now, I'd watch that. After that, Friends and Lovers, not available. The Sex Monster, never even heard of it, you know. After that, Absence of Good, never heard of that. That was in 1999. Next up, Free Space 2. Wow, that looks a fucking work of art, doesn't it? That's a video game. Alright, it must be The Voice. After that, Mercy is the Mechanic. Then, so we've had this hazy fucking time, is cast as Barney Rubble in the Flintstones sequel, and you're like, what the fuck? I mean, Barney Rubble has always been smaller than Fred Flintstone. Stephen Baldwin's bigger than the British actor from, what's he called when he's in Full Monty, isn't he? Matt Abbey. Just say no. Just say no. After that, we got Cutaway, fuck me, with Dennis Rodman. I didn't think Dennis Rodman made any more movies than Double Team and fucking Simon Says, but yeah, Cutaway. Looks like a parachuting movie. Never heard of it, never seen it. Would have watched it. Big fan of Drop Zone, big fan of Terminal Velocity. Always believed that Terminal Velocity was better than Drop Zone until recently when I did the podcast back to back and went, yeah, like, Drop Zone's a lot better film. After that, he pops up in Batman the Future as a voice. Table for One, alongside Lewis Scutsman by the looks of it. He's a mint actor. Fucking Burt Young. Stephen Baldwin, Mickey Rourke. So he's been in a few films with Michael Rourke, sorry. But yeah, that looks like a piece of shit as well. After that, Exchange. Seen loads of The Exchange. Never got around to watching it. Always remember the front cover DVD. Again, like even when they were back in the days of Global Video, when you would get like 2 and you get a third one free, you'd be like, right, I need to work this up because I'm going faster, camera. After that, Night Visions TV episode, Zebra Lounge. That just looks not very good. Protection as well, seen that quite a lot back in the day, but never seen it actually walk in by. Dead Awake, never seen that. Then, Slapshot 2. Decades after the first one, Slapshot 2. Did that well, that there weren't a sequel, but it was a prequel. Stephen Baldwin on the front cover, so you know what I mean? They were chucking money out of Slapshot was a massive franchise, and yeah, Stephen Baldwin would get front billing on it. Again, if we got it made, you know what I mean? Yeah. After that, Green Mail. Do remember that, never seen that on anything else. So, Spider's Web, he's seen that around on DVD back in the day. This one I have seen, it's called Silent Warnings. Obviously coming on the back end of Signs. He's in it for like less than 5 minutes. He's just this cuckoo guy who lives in the shed. And yeah, they're all like, fucking aliens, and he's like, and I'm like, that's it. After that, Firefight. Never seen it. Lost Treasure, never seen it, never like physically seen these. Shutter Island, never seen it. Target, never seen it. These are all 2.6s and stuff like that. Facey, never seen it. 6, The Mark Unleashed, never seen it. After that, Limbracy, never even got an artwork. Bound for Lies, never seen this shit. I mean, it's a good job I don't go wipe down the side of the screen and look at that. I mean, that could be a great direction, but that would be just so much effort. Like, no, go on IMDb yourself. When I'm scrolling down here, look on your IMDb. After that, popped up with NCSI. Then Snake Man, I mean, what's that? I mean, a new breed of predator. I gotta watch that. To fucking hunt that down. Snake Man. After that, Midnight Clear. Putting some glasses on, looking serious. Next up, Jesse Stone, Night Passage. I've always fancied watching the Jesse Stones because it's like just seems to be quite a very popular franchise. I've seen people buy. I don't think I've heard of that one. I think there's 3 maybe 4. After that, Dark Storm. Just looking behind him. Earthstorm. So we've got Dark Storm and Earthstorm with that unrelated. One's about a fucking crazy tornado. The other one looks like it's on Mars. The Genius Club for one episode. Midnight Clear. Wasn't there something clear before? Go back down there. I'm definitely not the first time I've seen something clear with him in. Anyway, off that rant. After that, we've got Eyes. Herpes. Wow. HD Blu-ray. Pops up in Fred clothes as Stephen Baldwin. There we go. Right, it's good and interesting. Next thing you know, Sky Kids. And it's also called Fly Boys. So have you got Spy Kids? Or Fly Kids? Spy Kids, Fly Kids, Sky Kids. Got you there. Next up, Shark in Venice. So like Fred Claus has been available on Blu-ray, you get it every year, it gets recycled with a new front cover. Vince Vaughn rocks the seals. But Shark in Venice is something very popular about that. I do own it. I have watched it. The reason why I missed meeting Stephen Baldwin by a day in Bulgaria when we were filming the tournament. We were at this, they've got this tank, and looking back at it, there was this fucking huge, it was a swimming pool back in the day of the communism era. It was fucking huge. You go on the shallow end, it's like a dive tank by the end of it. It was that big. You could put film monitors in there. We made, have you seen the tournament? It's the bit with the massive money room scene and all in a fish tank. And out the back, the actual shark model was still there. And I remember kicking it on the head, and I always convinced I filmed it, but I'm thinking one of the other EPK guys had filmed it. And I've always been trying to track that down. I was like, look at that shark. It was shot in Venice. He was actually doing bits and bobs around the TV in the area, and we were trying to hire him just for even like a cameo, but it just wouldn't work out. So that's a special bit for a shark in Venice. I remember seeing it going, it's shot in Venice and it's all Bulgaria. After that, Shot the Duke, never heard of that. Then we go Let the Game Begin, Loving the Dead, Bad Man, never seen it. The Perfect Hurl, Dino Time, never seen any of these. Stop Traffic, never seen that. I'm in Love with a Church Girl, again he was a born again Christian. Mission, the Prophet, I just want to see who's in that. Fucking hell. Eric Roberts, Casper Van Dien, Michael Madsen, right, let's just end that right there. I mean, we can go down a wormhole with that story, but it's not. After that, we got 2047, Signs of Death. Who's in that? I've actually seen this. This has been available on DVD. Danny Glover, Stephen Baldwin, Rutger Hauer, Daryl Hannah, and Michael Madsen. Again, I think I've even started watching that and went, what the fuck am I watching? Again, these are ones, if you don't buy them as soon as you see them, you're not going to see them down the line. Let the Lion Roar, never heard of that. The Customs Shop, never heard of that. The Balance, Hoovery, The Touched, The Networker, Back to Jurassic, Faith of Our Fathers, The Gods Club, No Panic with a Hint of Hysteria, Maggie, Redemption, Scarlet, Run. I've never fucking heard of these. I used to be like quite into following his career and all that, but this is gone. The Unmiracle, Transpiracy, The Least of These, The Graham Staines Story, The Walk with Grace, and his latest movie is Caravan. So yeah, I mean he's been very busy, and I think, I mean, for some reason my fucking app doesn't tell me what people are up to and stuff like that and give you false hope. But Carl went on there, go, oh, he's a fucking very busy man in the future, you know. Again, Christianity, although it is popular over here in America, there's a lot of Christianity movies, and I think over here we just get them on the channels and stuff, like you've got Sky packages and stuff, so you know they've slipped through the radar. But like a lot of them movies, if you don't buy them, you'll get the odd one that you'll see loads of it, and like that'll be your go-to one. But like a few of them are just woof, if you don't get them straight away, and if you're not a collector, going back to the two Corys, if you don't get them on their first trip around, boof, gone. And I was a big fan of Stephen Baldwin back in the day, and like his films, you know, is like a viewer, you just get a bit, oh, what's going on there? And they're all, I mean, Alex the multi-millionaire out of them. You know, like Daniel was in like Vampires, but then pops up in the Corey Feldman movie called Operation Belvis Bash, also known as Zero Dark Dirty, or also now known as We Will Rock You, which is just, you know, take a paycheck, there you go. But like William Baldwin, Backdraft, Flatliners, you know what I mean? He had the action. He started the fucking 90s. Stephen took over. I mean, Fair Game was going on, you know, and Silver with Shannon. I mean, fucking William was huge. And then, boom! Backdraft 2, last year. Oi oi. Right, I'm Stephen Monk Mason. No outtakes on this. This is IMDB Rants for Stephen Baldwin. As I say, I will give stuff of his a watch, but he's just gone a bit, you know. I'm glad he's happy and found his new way of life and stuff like that. But for now, thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.